Welcome to The Wisdom of the East, your gateway to explore ancient traditions and teachings that emanate from the East. Get ready for an enlightening journey where we unravel age-old secrets and wisdom that have shaped cultures, philosophies, and martial arts. Today we will meet Master Minoru Mochizuki, a legacy of innovation in martial arts. Discover the extraordinary life and legacy of Master Minoru Mochizuki, a true pioneer in the world of martial arts. Known as a direct student of legendary masters such as Jigoro Kano, Morihei Ueshiba, and Gichin Funakoshi, Mochizuki was instrumental in preserving and innovating traditional martial arts while creating his own unique style, Yoseikan Budo. This video explores his remarkable journey, from his early training in judo, aikido, and karate to his development of a comprehensive system that integrates techniques from multiple disciplines. Learn how Mochizuki's revolutionary approach to martial arts emphasized practicality, adaptability, and harmony, setting a new standard for modern martial arts training. His efforts to spread Japanese martial arts globally inspired generations of practitioners, earning him worldwide recognition as both a master and a visionary. Join us as we delve into the philosophy, achievements, and enduring influence of Master Minoru Mochizuki. Whether you're a seasoned martial artist or simply intrigued by the history and evolution of martial arts, this video offers valuable insights into the life of a man who dedicated himself to the pursuit of excellence and innovation. Minoru Mochizuki, April 7, 1907 to May 30, 2003. In Shizuoka, Japan, was a Japanese martial artist who founded the dojo Yoseikan. He was a 10th dan in Aikido, 9th dan in Jiu-Jitsu, 8th dan in Iaido, 8th dan in Judo, 8th dan in Katori Shinto Ryu Kabuto, 5th dan in Kendo, 5th dan in Karate. Mochizuki was one of the direct students of Judo founder Jigoro Kano, Aikido founder Morihei Ueshiba, and Gichin Funakoshi, founder of Shotokan Karate. Believing that the martial arts had become distorted by specialization into separate disciplines or transformed into sports, Mochizuki's achievement was to assemble back the major techniques of the Japanese martial tradition into a single structure, as it was once practiced. He oversaw the development of the system from his home in Shizuoka, Japan, where his dojo, the Yoseikan, was often visited by martial arts practitioners from all over the world. Early life. His was a family of martial artists, and his father practiced kenjutsu and jujutsu in his father-in-law's famous dojo. When he moved to Tokyo with his family at a very young age, he began practicing judo at the age of 5, then kendo and jujutsu. In the latter art, in 1924 he was taken as a student by Oshima Sanjuro, Sok of the Gyokushin Ryu, an old jujutsu style that specializes in joint dislocations, hip techniques. This particular practice will have several developments later. Career. In 1927 he was accepted as Uchi Densher by Kyuzo Mifune Sensei, director of the Kodokan, 10th dan in Judo, and later noticed by the founder of the Judo himself, Jigoro Kano Sensei, who made him one of his most brilliant assistants and researchers. On Kano's initiative, Minoru Mochizuki entered a special section of the Kodokan, the Kabuto Kenkyukai. This institute was supposed to train the best Kodokan talents in the old martial arts, the Koryo Bujutsu. Minoru Sensei studied Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu, classical Japanese fencing, Shindo Muso Ryu, Jo stick fencing, and resumed studying Kendo with one of the best experts of the time, Nakayama Hakudo, who also introduced him to Muso Shindo Ryu Iai. He was later sent by Jigoro Kano Sensei to train with Morihei Ueshiba, founder of Aikido. Also held in high esteem by Ueshiba Sensei himself, in 1931 Minoru Mochizuki Sensei returned to the city of Shizuoka, where he reconnected with his family and opened his dojo, the Budo Yoseikan. A few years later, in 1936, his first son, Hiroo, was born. In 1938, Minoru Mochizuki received an important government office and moved to Mongolia, where he held the position of vice prefect of the district. Once the war was over, he returned to Japan in 1946, and shortly afterwards he resumed teaching in his dojo. In 1951, he was part of a cultural delegation from Japan invited to a UNESCO event in Geneva. Due to a mishap, he is forced to stay in Europe, where he gave lessons and demonstrations of judo, aikido, and bujitsu. His work continued in the years to come, especially in France, thanks also to the fact that his son Hiroo moved to this country, where he would also promote karate, in addition to his paternal martial arts, and subsequently established Yoseikan Budo. Master Minoru Mochizuki continued his teaching in Japan, where he reached the highest grades in the many disciplines he practiced. He kept traveling to Europe, even if, from the 80s onwards, his age and health limited his movements. In 2000, he received the delegation of the European Yoseikan Budo in Shizuoka. In 2001, due to his bad health, he moved permanently to Europe, to his son Hiroo in Aixen province, where he dedicated himself to transmitting his techniques to his son and his grandson Michihito, as well as the high grades of Yoseikan Budo International. In summer 2001, he passed on the succession as Soke of the Yoseikan to his son Hiroo before the International Assembly of the School Instructors. On May 30, 2003, Mochizuki died in Aixen province, France at the age of 96. Yoseikan Budo, originally Yoseikan Ryu Gyokushin Jujitsu, may be classified as a Sogo Budo form, composite or comprehensive martial art, but is used here to indicate a martial art into which various martial ways have been integrated. It is probably most widely known for its descent from a pre-war style of Aikido. However, it has important connections to Judo, Karate, Western boxing, Savate, and traditional forms of Japanese combat known as Gyokushin Ryu Jujitsu and Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto-ryu. Hiroo Mochizuki. Minoru Mochizuki's son, born in 1936, Hiroo Mochizuki, studied martial arts under his father from a very young age. 10th Dan in Karate, 8th Dan in Aikido, 8th Dan in Jiu-Jitsu, 3rd Dan in Judo, 7th Dan in Iaido and Kabuto. He is presently the Soke, or Grand Master, of Yoseikan Budo worldwide. He studied widely in the eclectic system of his father, but whereas his father had perhaps a particular talent for Judo, his son had a greater affinity for karate. Studying in France from 1957 to 1958 as a university student, he returned to the country after the death of one of his father's students, Jim Alchiak, and took over the large following that was growing for the art in that country. He introduced new kata of his own invention, employing both Western and Eastern-inspired techniques, and introduced a form of point sparring for karate and kabuto tournament styles. Hiroo must be seen as very successful both as a major innovator and a popularizer of the art, teaching it on a far larger scale than did his father, along with his connections to the quite large Aikido-based organizations such as the Fédération Française Libre d'Aikido et de Budo. Minoru Mochizuki died in France in 2003, and before that, handed down the leadership role of the organization to Hiroo. Nowadays, few practitioners of the old style are found, as most went into the style of Yoseikan Budo created by Hiroo Mochizuki in the 1970s. The new style incorporates both traditional and modern Budo, including Western arts such as Western boxing, Savate, and others. The new system also includes sporting and competition aspects, with innovative equipment allowing for safe yet powerful competition. The sporting and competition aspects are but a small part of the modern Budo system and serve as devices of education and to demonstrate the art to the rest of the world. Essential elements of Hiroo's Yoseikan Budo. The Yoseikan Budo of Hiroo Mochizuki is a comprehensive Japanese martial art founded by Master Minoru Mochizuki and improved by his son's own research into the arts. Its technique is based on shockwave movement, thus allowing more powerful hits with the energy use better spread across the body. For example, punches will always be triggered by a circular hip movement, creating a shockwave transmitted to the arm. Arm muscles will only help to control the movement. Most of the power is transmitted by the hips. The same applies for kicks and projections. Some of the hallmarks of Hiroo's Yoseikan Budo is the use of atami, using feet, fists, elbows and knees, projections, essentially techniques from judo, sacrifice techniques, sudami, self-defense including dangerous techniques, various joint locks, elbow hits, groundwork, eni-waza, with hold-ons and joint locks, and work with weapons, bakken, wood stick, knife. Hiroo's Yoseikan is widely practiced in Japan and Europe. One of Minoru Mochizuki's students of the older style, Patrick Ogg, lives in the US, but his focus is on Canada, where the majority of that group's practitioners reside. The United States organization continues to be affiliated with Master Hiroo Mochizuki and the World Yoseikan Federation. Master Hiroo Mochizuki of France inherited the leadership of Yoseikan Budo from his father in 1999 and now heads the École Mochizuki and guides the World Yoseikan Federation as a separate entity from the groups led by Ogg and other senior Mochizuki students who formed the Seifuken Dojo after death of Minoru Mochizuki in the former Yoseikan headquarters dojo in Shizuoka, Japan. Evolution. Yoseikan Budo has gone through decades of changes, modernization, and improvement. Minoru Sensei never wanted to freeze Budo in an academic form and pursued a search for constant evolution and improvement, well represented by his own words, "Never teach only what you have been taught." Master Hiroo improved on his father's system by adding a common link to all of the martial arts Yoseikan Budo uses. This is the vibration or undulation produced by the tanden, and called chi by the Chinese, that are used in every technique, 8-mis, throws, locks, weapons, etc., while allowing the user to increase his power tremendously while remaining very lithe and supple in all situations. Yoseikan Budo is now at the same time a very traditional martial art and a modern sport all rolled into one. Master Minoru Mochizuki and his son Hiroo Mochizuki have left an indelible mark on the world of martial arts, not only through their remarkable skills but also through their dedication to preserving tradition while embracing innovation. Together, they exemplify a lineage that bridges the gap between the historical foundations of martial arts and their modern evolution. Minoru Mochizuki's vision, particularly through the creation of Yoseikan Budo, emphasized the unity of different martial disciplines, fostering a comprehensive and adaptable approach. Hiroo Mochizuki, building on his father's legacy, expanded this philosophy, ensuring that Yoseikan Budo continued to thrive globally. Their combined efforts have cultivated a martial arts system that values creativity, discipline, and respect for tradition. The Mochizuki family's contributions extend far beyond techniques and styles. They have nurtured a global community of martial artists dedicated to personal growth, mutual respect, and cultural exchange. Through their teachings, they have inspired countless practitioners to strive for excellence while honoring the deeper values that martial arts embody. As we conclude this tribute to Minoru and Hiroo Mochizuki, let their journey serve as a source of inspiration. Whether you are a martial artist or simply someone seeking self-improvement, their story reminds us of the importance of innovation, dedication, and staying true to our roots. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into the world of martial arts legends.